All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all having an incredible Monday. It's a beautiful day here in Chicago, man. But today we're going to talk about Golden State Warriors. We're going to talk about rumors specifically about Demarcus Cousins. The Warriors reportedly have interest in Boogie. Boogie reportedly has interest in the Warriors. Possible reunion may be in the works. I just uploaded a video about him possibly going to the Celtics. Kind of talked about that in that video, but I think this is a much better fit, and I think this is much more realistic. The Celtics, they seem to always be interested in players and then never actually pull the trigger. The Warriors, I could definitely see them pulling this trigger. I love it, man. I think a reunion would be sweet. If you guys enjoy this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I do this every single day, so it really helps me out. I really appreciate all the love you guys have been giving me, but let's just get right into it. In my opinion, the Golden State Warriors, they need some extra big men. Kevin Looney, I love Kevon, but I love Wiseman. I love Wiseman, man. I got him on my fantasy team. This dude can hoop. He's averaging about 12 points per game, about 6 rebounds per game, but I still think they need more help. I love that getting Demarcus Cousins back on the Warriors, he can mentor James Wiseman. He's been in the system. He's just that big body that the Golden State Warriors are missing in the middle. He stays tough. He can get rebounds. He can mentor James Wiseman on how to do all of these things. It's beautiful. That is actually just genuinely what I like the most about. I like him the most because of his mentor, and he knows the system. A lot of people are worried about Demarcus Cousins in the locker room. In Houston, that wasn't an issue. I think at this point in his career, he just wants to, obviously we all know he wants to win a ring, but it seems like he's all business right now. All business. He wished the Rockets the best of luck. We went out happily. We gave him money. We gave him guaranteed money. It was just not working on the Rockets anymore because they had traded away James Harden. There just isn't a role for Demarcus Cousins on a rebuilding team, obviously. So the Lakers, the Warriors, Celtics, none of them made moves. None of them made any moves for Demarcus before the buyout or before the trade deadline ended. The Lakers, as we all know, they just got Andre Drummond, so they could use Boogie. They've got another open roster spot, but I would assume they go for a wing, specifically a defender or somebody who can shoot a three. But I think this works out great. Not last season. He didn't play last season. This season, DeMarcus is doing all right. Statistically, he's only averaging about 20 minutes per game. So keep that in mind. He played 25 games so far. He started in 11. He's averaging just slightly under 10 points per game, about 7.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and then just slightly under 1 assist or steal and block per game. So Boogie, although he is slow, he's not the best defender. I think any team could use a guy who just consistently can get a double-double. Just a consistent double-double. DeMarcus Cousins, obviously, he's got injury history, so you don't want to be pushing this dude 35 minutes a night, which clearly that won't be happening on any team. But that's why I think the Warriors fit so perfectly, because James Wiseman could go ahead. He could start. You can still give him 25, 28, 30 minutes even. DeMarcus Cousins, 20 minutes off the bench right there. That's solid. That is a good bench piece to have. It's just another solid, valuable role player. My issue is Warriors, they're ranked, I think, 16th. They might have crept into 15, but I believe they're the 16th defensive rated team in the NBA. And as I'm saying here, man, Boogie isn't the best defender. He just is not. That's not something he's known for. Not the worst. But the Warriors, they could use a big man who can play defense like Andre Drummond, but obviously Andre Drummond's on the Lakers. So when you look at the Warriors on the season, I think that this is just a move. I think it makes a ton of sense. They're 22 and 24. They've lost 4 straight games. They play my Chicago Bulls tonight. So they, especially considering with the way the Western Conference is looking, they are currently the 10th seed. So they're only 2 games behind the Mavericks, but the Mavericks are getting it going, or they were before the break. 3-7 in the last 10 for the Warriors. I mean, they're just half a game behind the Grizzlies. I think they'll catch up to the Grizzlies. But you've got the Spurs who made moves. You've got the Mavericks who made moves. Trailblazers made big moves. All these teams in the West that are hovering right by the playoffs, except for even the Kings made a bunch of moves. So the Warriors' time is right now. Like I said, they're not a great defensive team. They're giving up almost 114 points per game. That's just a massive issue. But I absolutely love this roster. Like, I don't even need to talk about Steph Curry. He's just so perfect. Draymond Green, I want Warriors fans to give me their opinion because I've watched the Warriors. I used to love the Warriors. During the dynasty, during the run, I used to love them. I personally think if they didn't have Draymond Green, I don't think that they win these finals. I think without Draymond Green, they don't do anything. He provides that it factor. And I feel like Warriors fans agree with me, but every other NBA fan disagrees. So it'd be nice to get some just some confirmation and some support that I'm not in the wrong here, that Draymond Green really is that dude. Because without him, man, even with this team right now, without Draymond Green, he's that glue. He's that glue that holds this squad together. But specifically, man, Jordan Poole, I love Jordan Poole. I love Andrew Wiggins. He's having an incredible season. I think this is exactly where he should be. Nico Mannion, I just like the way the Warriors' future is looking, and they have the current talent. I do want to get rid of Oubre, but for the time being, he's going to work. It's going to work. I like the fit. It just hasn't worked out as good as we thought it would, but I still like the fit. The fit still makes sense to me. But Andrew Wiggins, man, he's 26. He's having one of the best definitely the best defensive year he's had. He's under Steve Kerr. This is perfect. The Warriors system is just built perfectly. And Demarcus Cousins, I think if he comes in here, he knows the system. If Demarcus can stay healthy, I think the Warriors could really benefit from signing him because they need it, man. 22-24, you're below 500. That's not going to get the job done in the Western Conference. Maybe in the Eastern Conference this year, below 500 or hovering around 500 would get the job done. But you definitely want to be above 500. I know the Warriors are going to want to try to creep. If it was an 82-game season, they would want to get to 50 wins. You want to not be that 8 seed. They want to climb up to at least 5. So a win streak would solve all of this, and I think it's going to happen soon. It's hard to root against my Chicago Bulls, but I think they get the win tonight. And honestly, I think that gets things set in motion. There's only April 9th is the last day you can sign. So I would expect rumors around Demarcus Cousins to continue to hover, but specifically I would expect them to continue to be linked with the Warriors. Let me know where you guys think Demarcus will sign, or if you think Demarcus on the Warriors would be a good fit. If you're still here, comment Warrior Nation, hit that sub button, and I'll see you guys later.